about Jacob, and then something about Dinah. Look at Genesis chapter 34, and I'm reading from verse 5. Genesis 34 verse 5, and Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah, his daughter. Now his sons were the cattle in the field, and Jacob held his peace. And Jacob, the father, the head of the house, and Jacob held his peace until they were come. The quietness that brought death on a whole city, held his peace. Are we like that? As we're growing older, we hear of things happening in our family by your daughter, to your daughter, and you're so weakened by age, weakened by prayerlessness, weakened by fear, that Jacob held his peace. He couldn't talk, and he didn't talk. Look at chapter 35, Genesis 35, verse 22. In Genesis chapter 35, reading from verse 22, and it came to pass, when Israel dwelt in that land, that Reuben went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine, and Israel had it. Now, the sons of Jacob were 12. Israel had it. Again, he couldn't talk. This one came nearer home. That Reuben, the firstborn, by the same mother Leah that gave birth to Dinah, that Reuben went in to the father's woman, not his mother. And Jacob heard and kept quiet. Are we so quiet now? Something evil has happened. Your wife, your maid, your daughter has taken a foolish step under your roof. But you are so fearful, you are so timid, you are so faithless, you are such a coward, you cannot say anything anymore. They've taken your soul away. They've taken your heart away. They've taken your mind away. They've taken your voice away. You do not have any voice anymore, even when evil has taken place. But Jacob kept that in the heart. He couldn't talk. Now, when he knew he was going to die, and that no matter what he do now, dying, he will die. Even if Reuben got angry and did anything to kill him, come and kill me, I will die in any case. He now said in Genesis chapter 49, verse chapter 49, I'm reading from verse 3. In Genesis chapter 49, verse 3, Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might, the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity, and the excellency of power. Look at verse 4. In verse 4, unstable as water, thou shalt not excel, because thou wentest up to thy father's bed, then defilest thou it. He went up to my couch. You know, Jacob, why didn't you talk at that time and allow this young man to repent? Why didn't you talk at that time? And then you will save yourself from the agony of bottling in all those things happening. He's telling us, we who are parents, you're a father, you're a mother, keep your conviction. If something goes wrong, let them know this is not acceptable in your house. Don't be so afraid and so intimidated that you cannot voice out your conviction and wait until the time of death. Look at verse 5. He was going to die now. Simeon and Levi. He couldn't talk at that time. He couldn't raise his voice and say, this is wrong. He was going to die now, so he said, Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. Look at verse 6. In verse 6, O my soul, come not thou into their secret, unto their assembly mine honor be thou not united. For in their anger they slew a man, and in their self-will they dig down a wall. Now about Dinah, very quickly, we're going to finish now. Number one, Dinah's walk, will, and ways. Dinah's walk, not walking straight, not walking in the light, not walking with people of like precious faith. Learn a lesson from that. Number two, dangerous wandering. Wandering about is dangerous. Whether you're walking in the physical or you're walking about through surfing on the internet, dangerous wandering. Number three, dirty work. Dirty work. That you're walking and where you're going to and what you're doing there, what you're looking out there for, dirty work. Not only that, deliberate waywardness. That somebody is wayward. The father cannot control her. The mother cannot control her. Even these Simeon and Levi could not control her. They never said anything to her. Why did you wander away? Why did you stay there? Why didn't you cry out? Deliberate waywardness. Number five, defiling worldliness. The heart, the mind that loves the world, and that now defiles them. Depraved will. The will that is depraved, that cannot say, this way is not good. This will is not good. If I'm going to will something, let it be something good and profitable. Deadly weakness. There was weakness in her life, and that weakness was deadly. It caused the death of Shechem, of Hamor, and of the men of that city. And it caused the curse that came upon her brothers, upon Simeon and Levi. Deadly weakness. Divine warning. Everything we've learned today gives us divine warning. See the way they have gone. God will give you grace. And when you are tempted, my brother, and when you are tempted, my sister, when you are tempted, my son, when you are tempted, my daughter, God give you the grace to say, rise up and tell the Lord, Lord, give me the grace to say no, the grace to say no, the grace to say no. That the Lord will grant unto you. Open your mouth and talk to the Lord in prayer.